So Chris Avellone accepting a seven-figure settlement against the libel lawsuit with the two women that accused him of sexual misconduct, and those two women subsequently completely withdrawing their claims, deleting their tweets, coming out and publicly stating that they were wrong, that they didn't mean to say the things that they said. This is a win in the overall scope of people who came out of the woodwork and attempted to take advantage of the Me Too movement and skew it for their own personal gain. Now, I don't want to dive into all of the back tweets and all the back and forth that happened because Eric Kane has got a brilliant video on that. If I don't remember to put it up somewhere up in here, it will be down in the description link below because he had a brilliant overview of the video when the news first launched, and he was going back into the tweets by the women and these claims that they said that we never meant to say, we didn't say that, we never accused him of anything, we were trying to be a part of the Me Too movement and make the world a better place for women. And it's like, no, you said some really hateful things about this man, which prompted him to take you to court for libel. And he has since won. A seven-figure settlement is a big deal, and it's justification for him. However, cancel culture being what it is, there are still quite a few people out there who are saying that he doesn't deserve to ever work in the industry because this is all about a powerful man winning over women, and he, obviously he's still in the wrong and we shouldn't believe him, and due process was served, and the evidence was found to be otherwise, and the women withdrew their claims. The biggest issue with this is that we had two people who came out and made some bald-faced lies about what actually went down. And we don't know the reasons for that, but they made some very hateful commentary and purposely went out of their way to ruin this man's career. And they have since taken those statements back and are, paying a settlement and attempting to, you know, wish him the best of luck. And we'll dive into that here, but Eric talks about this in his video. This ruins the water. It poisons the well for all of the women who actually are being attacked and actually are suffering from sexual misconduct and abuse. When you have people who come out and tell lies just so that they can make a headline and because they're upset because of the way their ex ended the relationship, so on and so forth. There's that commentary about hell hath no fury like, a woman scorned. It's not to say that all women are bad, just as you can't say that all men are bad, and you can't say that the Me Too movement hasn't done some good, because it has done some good, but it also has done a lot of irreparable harm. And we've seen a case like this where we actually have the justice system doing what it's supposed to do, and finally coming to light that these things actually never happened. So let's just read through this a little bit. Got a great article over at PC Gamer. In 2022, June 2022, games writer Chris Avellone, best known for his work on Planescape Torment and Fallout, was accused of sexual misconduct on Twitter by two women. He was mostly silent beyond a few replies on Twitter, which since deleted, but the accusations led to several studios publicly cutting ties with him. And around a year after the claims were first made, he publicly denied them and launched a libel suit in California, which was later refiled in Illinois. And the reason it was refiled was because the jurisdiction, as it was found out in the case, it wasn't refiled because of merit. The case was dismissed in California because of jurisdiction issues. It wasn't because it didn't get denied because of merit. So he was able to refile in Illinois, and he was looking for damages for lost work, emotional distress, punitive damage, the cost of the lawsuit, and an injunction against the accusers. That suit has now been settled, favorable to Avellone. His accusers, Carissa Barrows and Kelly Ray Bristol, have signed a joint statement retracting their claims. They request that their previous statements to the media be retracted. And while the full settlement details are confidential, it does provide a seven-figure payment to Avellone, and the public statements have been made from both sides. So on the part of the accusers, they said Mr. Avellone never sexually abused either of us. We have no knowledge that he has ever sexually abused any women. We have no knowledge that Mr. Avellone has ever misused corporate funds. Anything we have previously said or written about Mr. Avellone to the contrary was not our intent. We wanted to support women in the industry. In so doing, our words have been misinterpreted to suggest specific allegations of misconduct that were neither expressed nor intended. By the way, go watch Eric's video on this because it's a brilliant take on what they actually said. We are passionate about the safety, security, and agency of women, minorities, LGBTQIA plus persons, and every other community that has seen persecution in the video game industry. We believe Mr. Avellone shares a desire to protect and uplift those communities. We believe that he deserves a full return to the industry and support him in those endeavors. And then on his part, he said, I appreciate the willingness of Ms. Browse and Ms. Bristol to work with us in addressing issues within the game community, and their advocacy is to be commended and supported. There are still many very real challenges that we face, but I'm confident we can face them together. And in the spirit of these goals, I would ask everyone to respect the privacy of Ms. Browse and Ms. Bristol and use this opportunity as a means to listen to all voices and improving our culture and communities. And as the article says, this is quite the turnaround for him because he became a pariah. In the aftermath of these accusations, he was fired from Dying Light 2. People publicly demanded that companies with any association with him publicly denounce him, and then follow-up reporting added fuel to the fire, with further accusations being made and Avellone being described as fucking disgusting, among many other things. He wrote on Twitter that he wanted to thank everyone on both sides who chose not to rush to judgment, but instead were willing to listen and let the legal process take its course, let the facts come out on both sides, and come to a resolution. Now, as this article says, social media in these days can ruin someone's career and reputation within hours. And while the settlement may be confidential, with the seven-figure settlement statement made by all parties to show that when it comes to these specific claims he was wronged, whether or not he's going to manage a full return to the industry remains to be seen. What I'm really interested in is are all of the companies and all of the media outlets that came out in the immediate aftermath of the reporting back in 2020, who made all of these horrific allegations against this man, are they now going to issue statements to the contrary? Are they going to apologize to him? Is he going to get his job back? Is he going to be able to find work again in the community? Because he's now been without work for 3 years. And again, that seven-figure settlement will help compensate for that. But there's also, can he find work again in the future? And are these companies who made these allegations against him and did these reporting and added fuel to the fire, are they going to come out and apologize to him in the time now that is coming out since these allegations have now been withdrawn? It's good that the statements have been made. Obviously, leading up to this, there was some horrific commentary made, and now these the two women who accused him withdrew their statement, said it never happened, said that they didn't mean to say the things that they said, it was misconstrued, all of these apologies. That's just part of the settlement process. So that's cool. Water under the bridge, as long as the compensation comes through. I believe it's a judgment with prejudice or without prejudice. I forget. It's the one that says as long as they follow through with the terms, there's no retrial. So obviously they have to follow through with things and actually make the payments. Otherwise, he can take them back to court again. But it's a win for men. And I think it's time we had a win for men in this crazy cancel culture that we live in, where people can make false accusations and ruin someone's reputation within a matter of hours. And in many cases, there's no coming back from that. Many people don't even want to hear any evidence to the contrary because they get this pitchfork and torch mentality of, he's a witch, burn him. So it's nice to see that the legal system actually worked in this case and provided, an innocent man with a ruling in his favor. On the flip side, we also have horrible scumbags like Harvey Weinstein, who rightfully so was found guilty of all of the accusations that were made against him. Again, the legal system doing its job. There are a lot of things that happen in between, a lot of cases that fall through. The problem with false statements like what happened here is that it, again, poisons the well for people who have legitimate claims. So I'm very happy to see this result. I also think that this is a guy who's done a lot of work, and we don't know. Again, everybody's been through bad breakups. As far as I can tell, and I have no insider knowledge of this, as far as I can tell, this was just a situation where friend of an ex, there was a couple of people involved. Breakups happened. I'm sure things were said during the breakups, and that led to people making accusations and in a public setting. And I don't think that that's fair, but that's the world we live in these days, which is also why we get into this conversation about, for better or for worse, you don't have to like the guy, and I'm not advocating for it, but one of the reasons the Andrew Tate phenomenon happened was because we had so much of this toxic masculinity springing up in light of all of these type of fake accusations and people wanting to ruin men because men are evil in the public light. So it's a good win for this day to see this come out and say that, hey, we have a ruling based on facts, not based on emotions, not based on anything other than the actual facts that were presented. Statements have been withdrawn. Everybody's happy now. He's getting, not only is he getting the 7 freaking second, he's also getting the attorney fees from California returned to him. So it's a great day for Chris Avellone, and hopefully he can get his job back because he never deserved to have his name dragged through the mud in the first place. So thoughts, comments down below. Like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Support if you can with super chats, memberships, Patreon page, and beyond. It's a divisive topic. I know this might spark some angry people on my YouTube channel. Who knows? But until next time, everybody, stay safe and happy gaming.